Welcome to the world of Beyel Brothers Crane and Rigging, with nearly a century of experience in the hauling and rigging business. What started out as a small business using horse-drawn carriages and the first four-cylinder automobiles ever built has grown into one of the country's largest crane and rigging businesses, supporting all sizes of jobs for clients from Pennsylvania to Texas. Our latest project has proven to be the granddaddy of moves. When an OEM vendor for Florida Power & Light's new West County Energy Center in Loxahatchee, Florida, called Beyel with the impossible transport job, well, we didn't turn them away. Instead, we tackled what would later be known as the Super Bowl of moves. A 30-mile trek from the port of Palm Beach to Loxahatchee, Florida, crossing 3 bridges and passing under a multitude of overhead wires and cables. On top of the impossible routing,
one of the biggest trailers in the business
wasn't adequate for some of the loads, so Beyel engineers had to develop modifications that were acceptable to the Florida Department of Transportation, Palm Beach County, and the South Florida Water Management District. Well, these modifications also had to be retooled by the trailer manufacturer.
The TK800, one of the biggest trailers in the business,
was redefined and redesigned to accommodate the customer's needs. It's 280 feet long, weighs 400,000 pounds, with a standard capacity for 800,000 pounds of cargo. It was dual configured for this job to spread the superload across 2 lanes of highway. By lifting every 4th axle to give space between every 3rd axle on this Goldhofer trailer, Beyel redesigned a popular hauler to meet state and county requirements. The Goldhofer trailer, bearing loads up to 335,640 pounds, was used for lighter loads. Beyel set up a test and inserted gauges on the hydraulic lines to assure state and county officials that the load was equally spread. Specialized heavy haul drivers, riggers, and engineers know how to do these big jobs, transporting combustion turbines and generators, steam turbine generators, HRSG boiler modules, and steam drums. But the granddaddy load was this turbine, which weighed in at about 800,000 pounds.
If Beyel Brothers could accomplish this feat, they'd set the record for the heaviest permitted load traveling across Florida's structures to date.
The total combined load for this turbine and trailer weighed a massive 1,308,000 pounds. An average of 10 FDOT officers were on site to weigh all 128 wheels with portable scales to ensure that no equipment was loaded even the slightest bit off center, which could shift axle weights to dangerous proportions. These trucks lifted a spider web of nearly 250 power and telephone lines, traffic lights, and cables along this short section of the 30-mile route. Beyel used their negotiating skills, compliance knowledge, and a lot of pure ingenuity to overcome the obstacles of crossing state and county bridges, railroad crossings, and modifying the FP&L site entry. Bridges had to be shored, one railway crossing had to be lifted, and another we managed to skirt around using a pre-existing road that we reinforced and widened with crushed limestone. Florida's torrential spring rains couldn't deter Beyel's transport schedule, so the drivers used precautionary measures to ensure safety during electrical storms. 21 super loads later, we've supported 5 satisfied OEM vendors and their client, Florida Power & Light. So tell us, what can Beyel do for you?